Hey everyone, Dave Hunt here with Crossrope for Muscle and Fitness. And today I'm going to discuss 5 of the most common beginner jump rope mistakes. So jumping rope is gaining a lot of popularity. It's been around for a long time. It's a proven exercise, not just for cardio, but for improving your coordination, your agility, your quickness, your speed, and even your strength and explosiveness. But a lot of people are not jumping rope because they try it, they feel that they don't have enough coordination, and they get frustrated and just resort to other types of exercise. Well, here's an opportunity to give jumping rope another try. Beautiful weather, summer is coming, get out. It's a portable, versatile training tool. All right, so the 5 mistakes. The first common mistake that I see is having your arms too wide when you're jumping. So I see jumpers with their arms out here. And even if you're getting the rope underneath your feet when you're jumping, this is a very inefficient way to jump because there's a long rotational motion. It destabilizes the shoulders and you're going to fatigue really quickly. So be aware of that. If you've got your arms out really wide like that, it's going to shorten the effective length of the rope, and it's going to be difficult to get into a consistent rhythmic jumping motion. The next one also has to do with rotation, and it's rotating either from the shoulders like I just showed, or from your elbows, like this, or like that with your elbows. The problem is that you're changing the axis of rotation for the rope. So it's here, 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 back and forth, and there's no consistency in the arc of the rope. And what's going to happen is that rope is going to bounce up, hit your feet, or you're going to pull it up and it's going to shorten the length and get caught when you're jumping. So what you want to do to correct those 2 mistakes is have your wrists 8 to 12 inches from your hips and focus on a nice, easy rotation. The third mistake that I see with beginner jumpers is an improper bounding technique. So it's a little known fact that jumping rope is actually lower impact than jogging because of the fact that you can disperse your body weight between both of your feet if you're jumping properly. But this is only if you have an easy bound through the midsole of your feet. If you are jumping and lifting your legs up excessively, when you land, you're off balance, you're increasing the amount of impact, and it can impart a lot of stress onto your joints and your tendons. So you want to have that nice, simple bound. You don't need a lot of clearance on your feet. So focus on a nice, relaxed bound, and that'll help you with the proper technique. The fourth mistake that I see is jump rope sizing. So if you're using a rope that's too short, it's going to get caught on your feet when you're jumping, or it's going to hit you in the back of the head. If you're using a rope that's too long, it's going to impact the ground too far in front of your feet, bounce up and hit you in the toes, and it's also less efficient to use a longer jump rope. So when you're sizing a rope, you can either get a pre-sized rope where there's a corresponding height for that length of rope, or if it's an adjustable rope, you can place the rope beneath your feet, and you want the handles to come somewhere between the bottom of your chest, if you're more experienced, all the way up to your shoulder height if you're more of a beginner. And that's a good rough estimate of the length of rope to use when you're starting out. Now the final mistake that I make is people selecting, that I see, is people selecting the wrong type of rope to start. And it's very common to see real light, thin wire speed ropes, or even those thick cotton style ropes. And the problem with having a light rope is that you can't feel the feedback on the rope, and it's difficult to learn the rhythm and the timing of jumping. So when you select a rope, consider finding a rope that's a little bit thicker, because when you have the additional weight, you can slow down the rotation of the rope, feel where the rope is, and time the jumps so you can build your confidence and increase your coordination and your rhythm. So the 5 things, just to recap: avoid having wide arms, avoid rotating from your shoulders or from your elbows, and try to maintain that wrist position 8 to 12 inches from your hips with nice, easy wrist rotations. Don't bound excessively high, leading to high impact on your knees and your ankles. Make sure that you're using a properly sized rope, and try to use a rope that has a little bit more weight in the rope itself, because it'll give you more feedback to help you build that coordination and that rhythm. I hope you find this helpful, and feel free to reach out anytime if you have questions on jump rope training.